Charlotte preparing to say goodbye to 4 officers who gave their lives in the line of duty. Processions and vigils were held yesterday for officers Alden Elliott, Sam Pelosi, Joshua Iyer, and Thomas Weeks. And more events planned to remember those heroes today, including a visit by President Joe Biden, who's expected to meet with the families of those fallen officers. Our Richard Vane staying by live this morning with more on the events happening today. Richard, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ben. A good Thursday morning, all. Yeah, the community coming together and visits from people like the president underscore just how much this community is being affected and how everyone is reaching out to honor those men and women who protect us. Now, later today, as you said, President Biden will be in the Queen City. He was planning to be in Wilmington, but will take time to come to Charlotte to pay his respects to the families of those 4 men who gave their lives in the line of duty. It's a time for him to honor and reflect on also the brave people who placed their lives on the line to protect and serve others. After the events on Monday, Biden released a statement that read in part, quote, "When a law enforcement officer puts that shield on in the morning and heads out the door, their family members dread the phone call, the very call that came today. It's like losing a piece of your soul. To the families of those we lost, Jill and I and all the Americans are here for you, and we'll always be here for you." That was the same thing that some of those who came out to Marshall Park in Uptown wanted to show. They also came together. They lit candles for those lives lost, also for those who were wounded, and for the brave officers that are still on the front lines.
We're here tonight to stand for our men and women in blue.
We know that they're standing on the line so that I can sleep at night, so my family can, so my son can go to school.
Yeah, there are a number of vigils and events planned, like the one that will be at Weeping Willow AME Church later today. We have those on our website, and if you want to know more about them, just go to our website at WCNC.com. We're right here in Charlotte. It's Richard Vane. We'll send it back to you.
Richard, thank you. And tomorrow, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police will remember its fallen officer, Joshua Iyer. A memorial service set for 10 a.m. at First Baptist Church. We'll have live coverage of that service right here on WCNC Charlotte beginning at 9:30.
Well, in the days ahead, investigators will be reviewing evidence from the crime scene in East Charlotte. CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings says they now believe the suspect was shooting at officers from the second floor of that home, indicating he might have seen them coming. We also spoke with a retired FBI director who shared a little more insight on what investigators will be looking at in the days ahead.
You're going to have to do a lot of ballistics in a situation like this, and a lot of crime scene investigation. Who shot who, which weapons were fired that resulted in, that struck law enforcement officers. Who fired those weapons? Who was holding those weapons? Whose fingerprints are on those weapons?
Chief Jennings says they're not ruling out the possibility that a second person may have been shooting from inside the home. However, police are currently not looking for any other suspects.
We're also learning that a Statesville police officer is expected to be okay after being shot during that standoff. Statesville Police Chief David Onley says Corporal Casey Hoover is on the road to recovery and is in good spirits. He describes Hoover as a quiet and reserved man, but also very hardworking officer.
He wants to get back to what he does. He loves working with that group of guys. They were tight to another level. It's one thing to be in a police department, but when you have a small group like that works together, that does this type of job, that's the biggest struggle.
Statesville Police have launched this GoFundMe page to raise money for Corporal Hoover's needs, medical expenses, and his family. You can find the link on our website, WCNC.com.
And if you want to help those families of the fallen officers, today WCNC Charlotte is really proud to partner with iHeartRadio Charlotte and Back the Blue North Carolina for a phone bank to raise money for those families. We're hosting the phone bank this afternoon from 4 to 6:30 p.m. right here on WCNC Charlotte. And listen, if you're not able to call in during that time, that's okay. We also have information on how you can help out right now. All you got to do, scan the QR code that's currently on your screen, or just go to our website, WCNC.com.